Senator Mackenzie.
Thank you very much, Mr President. My question is to the Minister assisting the Prime Minister for Women, Senator Cash. Can the Minister inform the Senate of any recent incidents involving CFMEU officials treating women in a degrading or aggressive manner?
The Assistant Minister for Immigration and Border Protection assisting the Prime Minister for Women, Senator Cash.
Thank you, Mr President, and I thank Senator Mackenzie for her question. And I'm disappointed to say that yes, I can. There is a growing list of senior CFMEU officials who have treated women with absolute contempt and subjected them to abuse, intimidation and violence. The concerning circumstances of acts of brutish thuggery should, quite frankly, be of great concern to the CFMEU and to all senators. In May, the Sydney Morning Herald reported that CFMEU official Luke Collier had been in court charged with assault for a violent attack on a woman in which he broke her arm. He had already been convicted for assault for another attack on a woman earlier this year. Then there was the recent announcement that police had arrested and charged CFMEU member Justin Steele with common assault on a 58-year-old female construction site owner in Brisbane. In June, a Senate committee heard evidence of a string of harassing conduct towards a female workplace inspector by CFMEU officials, including Victorian Secretary John Setka and his Assistant Secretary Sean Reardon. Conduct has included repeatedly swearing at a woman, calling her a dog, making sexually derogatory remarks towards her, throwing a firecracker at her feet and attacking a car she was driving with a 1.5-metre tree branch. It also included the distribution of a flyer showing her phone number and address. Shortly afterwards, she received a phone call in which the caller said, "Me and my 7 mates are going to come and F you." Mr Setka called this inspector and left a sexually derogatory message. Mr Reardon also repeatedly called her late at night. The CFMEU also, as we know, continues to deal with
the time
George
for answering
Alex.
the question has expired. Senator Mackenzie, a supplementary question.
Yes, I do have a supplementary, Mr President. Will the Minister inform the Senate whether the CFMEU has provided a satisfactory response to these incidents of the mistreatment of women?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. Well, again, I am disappointed to say that far from acting definitively to end these outrageous acts of violence against women, the CFMEU, aided of course by the Labor Party and Senator Cameron in particular, who continues to defend them, has pulled out every stop in order to defend these violent officials. When Luke Collier was reprimanded publicly for abusing a workplace inspector in expletive-laden and sexually intimidating terms, CFMEU Secretary Dave Noonan issued a press release defending the behaviour and saying swearing on building sites is nothing new. When evidence of Sean Reardon's late-night harassing calls were revealed and White Ribbon Australia stripped him of his anti-domestic violence ambassadorship, the CFMEU pushed White Ribbon to reinstate him. And despite this, the CFMEU and the Labor Party—
On my right. Order on my right. Order. Senator Wong, I have Senator Cameron on his feet, but if just order. Senator Wong, do you have a point of order?
I would ask the Leader of the Government and this acting leader to withdraw that interjection.
I
will not put it on Hansard, but as the acting leader, he should do the decent thing.
Senator Brandis.
Well, he said that Senator Cameron, you made a very disparaging remark about him.
I meant it too.
Probably true.
Order on my right. Order. Order. It doesn't help with senators interjecting from both sides. Senator Wong.
I have given him the opportunity. The acting leader of the government in the Senate stated that Senator Cameron was a defender of violence against women, and I ask him to withdraw.
Order. Order on my right and my left. Order. Senator McDonald. Order. Senator, order. This is not helping, senators. This is not happening, and you're not helping either, Senator Conroy. Senator Brandis, I didn't hear the comment. Senator Wong has made that allegation. I will invite you to withdraw that comment if that comment.
Well, if you wish me to withdraw, Mr. President, I will.
Thank you, Senator Brandis. Senator Cameron, you had a point of order.
Point of order, Mr. President. I am being accused of supporting and defending actions that I have never
Senator
supported
Cameron, this
or
is
ever
not
defended.
order.
So
Order.
those allegations are disorderly and should be withdrawn.
Senator Cameron, just a moment. On my right. You're not assisting. Senator Cameron, there is an opportunity if you feel as though you have been misrepresented to raise at another juncture. Order. And so that was not a point of order for question time, Senator Cameron. The minister has 5 seconds in which to conclude her answer, unless she's concluded her answer.
I would ask Senator Cameron then to stand up and denounce each and every action and personally name all CFMEU members involved.
The time for answering the question has expired. On my right. On my right. Senator Cameron, a point of order.
I've been asked to stand up and denounce violence against women. I totally denounce any violence in any shape or form and any violence against women.
Thank you. Order. Order. Just before I call you, Senator Bernardi. Order. Senator Cameron, I understand the pressure that you're placed under them, but that's not the right place to make that remark. As I said, there are order, and that there are other places where that can be addressed, Senator Cameron. Order. 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 Senator, I'll take Senator Bernardi next. Senator Bernardi, point of order.
Well, Mr. President, I do take a point of order on the fact that Senator Cameron is clearly trying to disrupt question time. I'm really interested in the questions.
There is no point of order,
and
Senator Bernardi.
Like
there is no point of order. And just Senator Collins, your interjection invites a response from me also. There is no course for a minister or anyone for that matter to have to respond or withdraw a question asked of another senator during the answer. Senator Mackenzie.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
A final supplementary question.
I do have a final supplementary question. Will the minister advise the Senate what more needs to be done to protect women from the derogatory and thuggish behaviour of union officials?
Minister, on my left.
And their supporters. Go the way of the BLF.
Order. On both sides. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, if the CFMEU fails to bring its own officials to account and condemn their actions, then it falls to others to take action to ensure the protection of women. And that is why this government and those on this side of the chamber have proposed vital reforms to clean up the behaviour within the trade union movement. We have repeatedly brought legislation before the Senate to ensure the proper and transparent governance of unions and to increase the penalties that apply for breaches of those rules. Union bosses need to be held accountable for their actions of their members, and the bad behaviour that they indulge in needs to be addressed. It is a fact, Mr. President, that the only people who need to fear these reforms are corrupt union officials, and on that basis, each and every member of those opposite, if they truly condemn the corrupt actions of unions, should support our legislation.
The time for answering the question has expired. Senator